Up next this week is Body of Lies, directed by Ridley Scott, and it stars Leonardo DiCaprio as a CIA operative working in the Middle East. And he's the sort of guy that you really want working for the CIA in the Middle East. He speaks the language. He has all sorts of important contacts. And unfortunately, he's handled by Russell Crowe's character, who basically watches things from a couch on a big screen TV and talks on his cell phone the whole time, and really has his own agenda. I mean, he's trying to further his career and be a big shot at the CIA, get a promotion to a corner office, that sort of thing. And so their goals don't really jive, and unfortunately they end up working against each other. And the plot of the movie is that DiCaprio's character hatches this plan to create a false terrorist group in hopes of drawing out a real terrorist out of hiding so they can capture him and all of that. But it's a timely movie, obviously. I mean, the main villain is basically Osama bin Laden, and his organization is basically Al Qaeda. But at the same time, despite all of that, the real world connections between the fiction of the movie and the real world, it really is just an espionage thriller. It's a Bond movie minus a couple of things.
I mean, it really kind of wanted to be, I think, something a little bit more intellectual than what it ended up being. DiCaprio and Crowe did a very good job in both these roles, especially Crowe. I mean, he gained, I think, 50 pounds for the role, and it really worked for his character being kind of this seedy, kind of armchair CIA special agent that never really kind of got in there and got his hands dirty. He did everything with a remote control.
And while the performance was very good, Scott's direction was very good. He avoided a lot of the twitchy camera stuff that both he and Tony Scott have been doing a lot of lately. I mean, in spite of all, it makes a good spy thriller. I enjoyed it as that, but it doesn't really have a whole lot new to say about either our enemy or the conflict that we're in. I mean, torture is bad and all of that, but I mean, I think it's if there is a political point to the movie, is that there's a bunch of different organizations that are all working toward the same goal, but they all want to claim the credit for it, and that's really part of what's defeating us in this war, is that we aren't working together, that we're all working separately toward the same thing. But it's a good movie. I definitely say check it out. It's just not the political movie I think maybe Scott
I agree. I mean, it was definitely enjoyable to watch. And we'll be right back with our next review.